Hey Joe, I just made this tier list for us to rank. What do you think of it?
Damn, Barry, I must say this one looks really fun. Want to get the Cheeto Puff in on this?
Fine, I'm sure he would have wanted to join anyway.
Howdy doody, Yankee Doodles. What you got for me today?
Well, Trump, we're ranking One Piece characters, starting with the supernovas today. I thought that would be pretty fun.
Boring. We all know Trafalgar D. Waterlaw is a premier candidate for S tier.
My God, off with the bullshit today, huh, Donatello?
Fuck you, Joe. Has the dementia eaten half your brain, or are you just that blind from the truth?
I have cataract surgery on Thursday, Turnip. I don't want to hear shit about me being blind.
We'll see, Joseph. Obama, are you going to cuck us away from the control as per usual?
Michelle doesn't give me 15 minutes on the computer for a reason, Donald.
Michelle doesn't give you 15 inches if you're on the computer too long. Got it.
Jesus Christ, Donald, we both know it's just a strap-on.
Strap on D's nuts, bozo. Start the tier list.
Fine, let's get started, fellas. Basile Hawkins, how do we feel about Hawkins?
I think Hawkins is actually an A-tier character for me. I enjoyed his gimmick about fate, and I especially enjoyed seeing it backfire on him and Wano.
Joe, wake your sleepy ass up and actually rank the goddamn characters properly. There is no fucking way you think that Hawkins is an A-tier when he got killed by Killer, that smile-using freak.
Goddamn, Donnie, you didn't have to cook him so hard. I agree with you, though. Hawkins is a B-tier at most.
B-tier is generous but acceptable.
Fuck you both. You have no taste for complexity and characterization.
Joe, sometimes I'm convinced you travel back in time and ask your old self what moronic thing you should say next, except with some words you can't spell anymore.
Fuck you, you goddamn Oompa Loompa.
Guys, settle down. We have a tier list to make. Hawkins is B-tier. Next, we have Capone Beach.
While I would normally rank him well below C-tier, I recall Joe enlightening me on his fluidity with his taxes. I will settle for no less than B-tier.
Thank you for remembering, Turnpike. Anyways, I think B should at least be an A-tier for the way he helped the Straw Hats in betraying Big Mom and Whole Cake.
I agree with Joe on this one. His devil fruit is a crazy ability that I wish I had.
Jesus Christ, do you vor Michelle?
Be quiet, Donald. If everyone is okay with it, I'm throwing Beige in A-tier.
Fine.
Yippee!
All right, next we have X Drake. How we feel about him?
Really not a fan of his music, but that's just me.
What the fuck, Joe? We are still talking about One Piece.
Oh.
Personally, I think he's a stand-up guy. He's a Marine after all.
I can't argue with that. I love the Marines.
Oh yeah, you loved making them guard poppy fields, Barack.
His only good song is Passion Fruit.
Wrong, Drake, dumbass.
Jinx, you owe me X Drake in A-tier.
Fine, I do enjoy where his character is going.
Kanye is significantly better.
Sleepy Joe, have you perchance taken your meds today?
You can't just say perchance, and no.
Jesus help us. Look, boys, let's move on. Fuck. We have a controversial one among us. Eustace Captain Kidd.
S tier.
Mid. This character is mid as fuck. They should have called him Useless Captain Mid.
Holy fuck, you anti-Kid protesters have one goddamn joke and it isn't even funny.
You're mad because Kid is about to get low diffed by Shanks.
Tell me how the fuck that's gonna happen, huh?
It's called hockey, Joe.
Fuck off. He survived Big Mom's hockey and helped Law take her down. He is in the same tier as Law at the very least, you inept rotisserie chicken.
I hate to admit that the pumpkin spice latte is right, but damn it, Donald, you're making sense.
Thank you. Don't ever call me that again.
I will not accept anything below A tier, and neither will the writer.
Jesus Christ, take your meds.
He is all-powerful.
Shut the fuck up. Accept that Kid is an S tier, cope about it, cry about it, cope some more, and move on.
I'm putting Kid in a generous A tier.
Kids are S tier to me.
Okay, now we have Jewelry Bonnie. What do we think of her?
Fine as hell, thick as shit, Def would smash.
Joe, your smash or pass opinions don't matter worth a damn when you would stick it in a child.
Fuck you, that was the writer again. But the opinion still stands, and me personally, I think her devil fruit is very useful. She can turn old women into little girls. That shit is an immediate S tier.
Joe, you sleazy, creepy fuck, is that the only reason you have her in S tier?
I also think that the story unfolding with Kuma is very interesting, and her seeing his memories is a much-needed dive into Kuma's character as well. But to answer your question, Barry, yes, I want to de-age Jill just a little bit.
You fucking pedophile. I hate that you're right. She is clearly an S-tier character. To see her in such a horrid state without a crew just searching for Vegapunk to learn about her father is very touching. Some would say the most touching.
Who's touching what now?
Fine, I'll throw Bonnie in S tier, but only time will truly tell. Okay, now we have Killer. Can we all agree that Killer is a solid C tier?
Yes.
No.
Fuck you.
Killer was the first member of the worst gen to kill another member. That shit is B tier at the very least, and I will not stand for anything less.
Joe, you can barely stand as is. Killer is an example of not knowing what to do with a character. Oda gave him a smile fruit, a fucking smile fruit Joe. He is goddamn useless.
That is simply not true, but go off.
I will go off, Joe. Killer only killed Hawkins because Kid didn't have a left arm. Had that been anyone else in that fight, they would have been screwed. He can't go higher than Hawkins for that reason.
Joseph, Trump is right. Killer is going in C tier, and there isn't anything you can do about it.
Fuck you!
Cope. Okay, the next two are pretty self-explanatory. Luffy and Zoro. Both S tier, agreed?
Reluctantly.
Of course this old bitch has some bullshit to say.
Zolo is an S tier, but I'm not going to fight two fanboys about it.
Why isn't he S tier, Joe?
Kid solos him, need I remind you?
That argument was stupid, one-sided, and didn't account for Conqueror's hockey.
Fuck you both. Just throw them in S tier and move on. Damn.
Salty Sleepy Joe upset?
Fuck you, you stretched out traffic cone.
Guys, chill the fuck out. Let's move on. Next, we have Apu.
Bless you.
Apu is a great example of a wasted character. We see him in Wano on Kaido's side because he had his dreams crushed. Hell, Kid had his dreams crushed twice and still continued to search for the One Piece. C no D tier character.
Fucking base Donda. Apu is a plot device character at its worst, while X-Drake is that, but at its best.
Damn it, you narcoleptic fuck. You said something I agree with again.
I tried, dildo.
So we all agree on D tier then, huh? All right, next is Trafalgar Law.
Instant goddamn S tier?
Okay, now hold your horses. What makes you think Law is S tier, but Kid is A tier?
Sadly, Joe, Law is just significantly better in every way and has had tremendously more screen time than Kid.
Fuck. Fine, put Law in S tier just like how you put bombs all over Syria.
Why didn't you stop me then, Joe?
I'm trying to stop you from making an equally stupid decision right now. But I see the drone strikes in your eyes, so I'm backing off.
Do I even get to talk about what makes Law so good? His devil fruit, his dream, his backstory, so much about him is GOAT material?
I didn't get to defend Kid. You don't get to defend Law. Just how it works, Tinkle.
Fuck you, he is goated.
Okay, now that we have Law in S tier, we have our final contender, Your Rouge, D tier.
For fuck's sake, he hasn't done shit or even shown up in any capacity for just about 400 chapters now.
On God, Joseph, on God, the last time we saw him was when Kaido was trying to commit seppuku.
I love those puzzles.
Why the hell does he even exist? It seems like a wasted slot. Hell, there could have been 10 supernovas and the story wouldn't change one bit.
On God.
Well, fellas, we finished another list. What we thinking?
I'm still mad about your feelings on Kids, but other than that, I am fine with this list.
I'm more than happy with this list, OBZ.
Good. Well, I better get going before Michelle gets upset. She made me a healthy fruit and yogurt parfait since I've been a good boy and have been getting off early recently. If you boys will excuse me, I will be on tomorrow.
I love yogurt. I may have that Kamala lady change from night-night pudding to night-night yogurt.
What kind of yogurt do you like, Joey?
Well, Donnie, I gotta say the strawberry yoplet goes absolutely crazy.
True shit, Joe. That is some true-ass shit you just said.
Listen, Don, I'm gonna go ahead and get off for the day. I gotta go see if that Winnie the Pooh-ass Chinese fella is gonna cause a ruckus over in Russia with your pale best friend.
Oh, I can talk to Vladdy about this. He hates the Chinese just as much as I do. I'll get this handled for you. I'll see you tomorrow, Joe.